Good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of AircraftPost's Rousseau Report. I'm Dennis Rousseau. In past sessions, I've placed two aircraft nose to nose and asked you to identify which is which. By way of example, is it a Challenger 300 or 350, G450 or 550, Falcon 2000 or 900, and so on. The shot you see here is a Global 6000 that I captured one morning here at Metro Airport. But once again, it's near impossible to tell the difference between this and a Global XRS or a Global 6500, or the one we're going to talk about today, an aircraft that's actually pretty exciting, the ultra-long-range Bombardier Global 7500. It entered customer service in early 2019, and you'd be hard-pressed to tell the difference between the 6500 and the 7500 from this angle. Yes, the 7500 uses the Global Series fuselage cross-section and empennage, and yes, certification was gleaned by using the type certificate from the Global Express Classic. However subtle the differences may seem, they're actually plentiful for an aircraft with a 7,700 nautical mile range, or translated into endurance, that's 16 plus hours. As you can see, the front section and entryway are true Global Express. However, the nose has been recontoured, and the main fuselage uses thinner frames that increases cabin width and height and allows for much larger cabin windows, which we'll circle back to in a minute. The 6000's fuselage was stretched 12 feet, and this translates into an additional 10 feet in the cabin. A new, larger, lower drag wing, optimized for 0.85 Mach cruise, was specifically designed for the 7500 and incorporates canted winglets. Bombardier also opted for the more capable Safran APU that's full FADEC with a built-in health monitoring system and GE's Passport engines. Quite a departure from the Rolls-Royce BR710s that Bombardier has used for 25 years. The windows underwent a radical change, almost doubling the size of those on its predecessors at 14 by 22 inches, or 300 square inches each, that provide 80% more ambient light in the cabin. Since 1961, Gulfstream has been recognized for its large oval windows, but when the G650 and 7500 are compared, the Global provides an 8-degree greater viewing angle. A major technological advancement is that the aircraft is full fly-by-wire, and this was gleaned from the C-Series regional jet, which subsequently became the Airbus A220. The cockpit incorporates semi-active side-stick controllers versus conventional yokes, and these are not interconnected mechanically or electronically. The flight control computers, as well as most systems, are triple redundant. The avionics are based on the Collins ProLine Fusion platform and rebranded Bombardier Vision, featuring four 14 by 11 inch LCDs, and comes standard with synthetic vision heads down, triple FMS, triple IRS, and the list goes on. It's so well equipped, there's only a handful of options, such as a second head-up display for the co-pilot that sells for around $450,000. The 7500 also features a combined vision system that displays both enhanced and synthetic vision in unison on the HUD. The only other in-service aircraft that offers combined vision is the Falcon 8X. Another item that's standard is K-band internet, providing seamless worldwide coverage. As mentioned, the 7500 uses the fuselage cross-section of the Global Series. However, it uses thinner frames that increase cabin width and height by an inch in each direction, providing a cabin height of 6 feet 2 inches and just under 8 feet in width. And as everything in aviation, an inch goes a long way. With regard to interior configurations, and considering a 36-foot-long cabin seating area, it seems there are many variations on a theme. However, as the aircraft enters service with major corporations, we may see some more conventional seating in the aft cabin with two singles opposite a divan versus a entertainment lounge, and as the aircraft is used for 16-hour missions, we'll probably see more of the aft staterooms. As a side note, the 7500 offers a 4,500-foot cabin altitude at flight level 450, so plan on arriving refreshed. And while we're on the subject, Bombardier designed a pure air system that cleans the air through a HEPA filter, capturing up to 99.9% of foreign particles. And it completely refreshes the cabin with 100% fresh air in just 90 seconds. As we expand the topographical view, the overall interior length of 54 feet can be better seen, depicting the 9-foot galley length and an 80-inch crew rest area, as well as a 4-foot, 3-inch long aft lav with vacuum waste system. The 7500 comes standard with the Lufthansa cabin management system and in-flight entertainment featuring two 24-inch bulkhead monitors, fore and aft, as well as a 32-inch pop-up monitor located in the credenza. Now, when we think of 9-foot-long cabin sections, that's the longest in any business jet. Purpose-built, I should say. To put this into better perspective, the ultra-long-range G650 is noted for its spacious cabin. However, as I've mentioned in the past, all large cabin Gulfstreams have a cabin length of 26.5 feet in 3 zones. The Global 7500 is a big airplane. Now let's take a quick tour. As you enter, the galley is opposite the entry door on the right-hand side. 9 feet long and nearly 6 feet of counter workspace. And yes, it's very well equipped for 16-hour missions. Directly opposite the galley is the certified crew rest area that meets SAE 4101 Class 1 sleeping compartment requirements. As mentioned, it's 80 inches in length, and with two 14 by 22-inch windows, it provides a very comfortable rest area. As in all Globals, the cockpit has plenty of room, and the third crew seat, which has been redesigned, can be occupied either side-facing or swiveled 180 degrees to be positioned between the pilot and co-pilot. This photo better depicts the 6-foot, 7-inch long crew rest area and shows a 24-inch monitor that's optional. Pull the shades, close the door, and fall asleep in probably one of the best seats in the house. As we enter the forward cabin, typical configuration consists of 4 singles and a club arrangement. The photo on the right shows the standard 24-inch monitor and the pull-out work table. When you look at the PSU panels, gone are the air gaspers, and the lighting is the new Soleil system, aviation's first circadian rhythm-based lighting system fully integrated to the FMS with a daylight simulation feature to help counter jet lag. Boy, I'm glad I got that one out. The mid-cabin will typically be configured with 2 singles opposite a conference group. And 2 things I would like to point out are the large cabin windows, which are the actual size of the sidewall cutout, and the 2 tables, which are angled for ease of movement and can be joined together with an insert for 6 across dining. Should an owner elect a different arrangement, Bombardier offers a number of options, one of which could be a conference group opposite a credenza, or, as shown here, the Nuage Lounger that lays flat normally or converts into a full chaise lounge. This Nuage seating is proprietary to Bombardier and employed throughout the cabin seating, where the seats literally float on their base and can be adjusted to more positions than you can imagine. Next is the aft cabin that's referred to as the entertainment lounge, with a standard 32-inch or optioned 40-inch LCD monitor opposite a fully berthable divan. Zone 4 can be a stateroom, as seen here, or once again, a fair number of options are available. The aircraft has both forward and aft vacuum lavs, and the aft lav is quite spacious, at 4 feet 3 inches long. So what does a 7,700 nautical mile range look like? New York-Hong Kong, nonstop. New York to anywhere in South Africa. New York to the southern tip of South America. Nonstop, all flown at 0.85 Mach. Push the envelope to high-speed cruise, a 0.90, and you still can achieve a 6,000 nautical mile mission. GE's Passport 20 engines are full FADEC and were developed from the CFM LEAP engines used on commercial aircraft. And as such, they're operated on condition. They incorporate Bliss technology, meaning the blades and hub are one integral unit requiring little if any balancing. One engine inoperative, the 7500 can still fly at 25,000 feet compared to the Global 6000's 18,000. And both the left and right engines are identical, so in the event one has to come off the mount, you don't have to search for a left-hand or right-hand engine. They all fit regardless. A couple other notes on the Global 7500. It was designed for a 17,000 cycle economic life. If we calculate an average stage length of 3 hours to 1 cycle, that translates to 51,000 flight hours. Or viewed from another perspective, at 500 hours per year, well, you do the math. Okay, it's 102 years of operation. From a maintenance standpoint, the basic airframe inspections are carried out every 850 hours or 36 months. And the major airframe inspection, the C-check, is accomplished every 12 years, an increase of 2 years compared to its predecessors, which they're required every 10 years. Quite an accomplishment. As mentioned, the aircraft is so well equipped, it has few options. There's a super soundproofing package that adds about 350 pounds in weight, or buyers can opt for a 300-pound shower enclosure for about $900,000. Then we add water, which 45 gallons at 8.3 pounds per gallon, that's another 370 pounds. Yet even with the added weight, there's little degradation in the 1,900-pound payload. Bombardier currently owns and operates 5 service centers in the United States, 2 in Eastern Asia, and 2 in the EU. So wherever you fly, you can count on a maintenance center nearby. Speaking of which, maintenance was designed in unison with the interior to allow access to areas in under 30 minutes for an A check and interior access for C checks to 60 minutes or less, which I believe positions them well against the competition. And although I drew a comparison to the G650, Gulfstream has been in the development and test phase of their next iteration of the GVII series, or G7 series, the G700, where they've basically stretched the fuselage of the G600, added a 4th zone to the interior, which seems eerily similar to the layout of the 7500. Anyway, the aircraft is slated for entry into service late 2022, which gives Bombardier a 36-month lead to dominate. As of January 2021, Bombardier has delivered 45 7500s into service at a price point of $70 million, thereabouts, and new orders are 18 months out. Since entry into service, there have been 2 pre-owned aircraft sold, and based on their selling prices, they're not being discounted. There's one currently on the pre-owned market, and we'll see how that fares price-wise. So let's get on our Global 7500 and fly 16 hours halfway around the world in superior comfort. If you want to stay tuned to our future sessions, please subscribe or visit us at AircraftPost.com. Until next time, I'm Dennis Rousseau with AircraftPost's Rousseau Report. Thank you and have a great day.